Look at the size of this machine. You could fit a whole pig in that. Got a wee party of cows following me this morning. Morning, Holly. What a big breakdown. It's the drill working there. Morning. Got delivery in there. It's a chiller unit, so it was stuff for the shop to going straight into the chillers, probably for the kitchen. Concrete here that they did all last night, so all the foons have been concreted all the way up there around here, blah blah blah. They've obviously still got to dig this bit out and do up there, and I think there's more foons beyond that wall, so they'll probably all do that in a winter again, because this will have been maybe a tank full. Good morning, calves. 1, 2, 3 healthy calves. Having a hop and a skip and a jump. This one's on the wrong side of the gate, trying to get through to its pal. On a bit of a road trip today, I'm just in at the cows having a look around them, but going up to look at one, the forklifts we had in demo, the wee ones, 1.5 tonne. There's one they've sent us a quote for that we're like, it's this machine we're kind of most likely after, but I want to have a look at it before we were to buy it. And then I'm going to keep going a wee bit further north, up to Peterhead, to possibly get a tractor. Tell me why. Yoked up, just need a few ratchet straps and we're good to go. 1, 2. We're off, road trip. I think it'll be round about a 7-hour trip, there and back. By the time I get everything done I need to get done. First stop of the day, groundwater. So they do forklifts. So we had a demo of a forklift a while back, well, a couple of weeks ago, and they've got one here that is taken off their hire fleet. They can sell us it, so I'm just gonna have a look at it before we might buy it. Look at the size of this machine. Look at the forks. They're huge. I think it must be for containers or something like that. Massive. And it's all auto grease. Just figured out with this machine, so this is one I came to look at. So it's a duplex mast, and the mast lifts immediately when the forks are lifting, whereas you get a triple, I can't remember what it's called, a triple mast, and it lifts the forks before the mast starts to lift. And with the duplex here, we're basically gonna, in our store, hit the ceiling before the forks get to the top of the pallet racking, so this machine won't work. We need a triple mast. So he's getting one out and we're just going to test how high it goes, but there's a fair few forklifts kicking about here. Yeah, that doesn't go up at all, so that'd be fine.
So that would be alright. Your 4-metre triplex would be what you would be looking at.
Kinda made progress with the forklift there. Long story short, the triple mast we need to have for clearance on top of the ceiling of the store, but the duplex mast doesn't fit. So the machine I was looking at was a duplex mast and doesn't work. So the triple X mast that they've got a few different machines, triple X masts, but they're not going to work because either they're really low hours and expensive or quite high hours, and we don't really want a really high hour machine. So somewhere in between, which they don't have at the moment, but they'll have hired out coming back in. So what we're probably going to do is hire a machine just for 3, 4, 5 weeks until they get a machine back in that's going to suit our kind of budget. We're going a wee bit further north now, an hour and a half, to have a look at a tractor. I'll give you a clue, not clue, but I'll give you, it's grey. Just at a wee garden centre on the way up, I was grabbing a coffee. That's meant to be a Highland cow. I'd say the horns should come out in a way. I don't have any Highland cows looking like that. We'll get one of these for the front of the fence when it arrives. An eagle. You could fit a whole pig in that. Jeez, oh. 10-year warranty. Have you guessed what's coming yet? Anyway, back in the trailer. Next stop, tractor. The local fish dealer in the laybys at the dark of night. Good name, Rare Fish. Here we are. Yeah, I'll move them. Look at that piece of kit. There you go, Massey Ferguson.
There'll be a few people watching that know a hell of a lot more about these than I do. Kerosene in there, or paraffin. Petrol in there to get it going. There's a valve there to switch it once it's been running for 5 minutes or so. New battery on it, obviously. Some piece of kit. Paintwork's in pretty good nick. There's wee bits of rust, but don't want it pristine if we're going to have people getting pictures on it and stuff. You don't be worried about getting scratches and whatnot. But what a piece of kit. That's us loaded up. I don't think it's going anywhere. Look at the straps, jeez. Oh. Nah, it's not going anywhere. Solid.
Right, we're now back down the road another hour. Just stopped for a quick another cup of tea. Home stretch now. Been an hour and a half till we're home. Here's the machine. 1950s, that area somewhere. Not sure exactly where. Seller wasn't sure either. 1950s, Massey Ferguson 50. If you know a lot about these or a good bit about them, put it all down below. I'd love to know, because I honestly don't know a huge amount about it. This was probably made about 40 years before I was born. But it's in reasonable nick. It's fine condition for what we're needing. It's not pristine and perfect, but there's going to be people going off and on it and it'll get scratches and hit and stuff, so I'm not too worried. But it's in relatively nice condition to look at. It's not a rust bucket. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a TE20 2-litre petrol paraffin engine, so it starts up in petrol. You switch over after 5 minutes once it's up to temperature to paraffin, or kerosene works. We'll probably use kerosene. I don't know specifically the year of manufacture of this one, but they produced them from 46 to 56, so somewhere in that region. I would imagine early 50s. If you know anything about it, also need to figure out about the number plate. It's not registered, so I need to kind of figure a few things out with it, but pretty happy with it. See how we get on with it. Starts fine, runs fine, it's got a new battery on it, all the belts look fine, bearings in about, the starter motor, fans and all that all seem fine. There's a wee oil leak here, but not much, tiny wee oil leak. Other than that, it seems pretty bomb-proof. I don't think there'll be a huge lot to go wrong with these things. There she is, what a beast. And she's home. Let's get her unloaded. She used to start as easy as she did before. You don't always know that, because when you get somewhere to try stuff, where I've bought a few cars going places, quite often they'll have been started and the engine's warm, so they start like that. So now it's cooled down, we'll find out whether she starts like that every time or not. Hopefully. So before us was on a farm up north where I just collected it for 10 years. The guy got gifted it from his neighbour, who he helped quite often, who was an Irishman moving to France. So it got gifted to him 10 years ago. He's had it ever since, just for his grandkids and whatnot. He didn't actually use it, just for nicking about with the grandkids and a bit of a wee hobby. And now it's here. So we're going to use it for the likes of outside the sunflowers, as I think to get pictures with. You can imagine it with a few sunflowers on the front. You can see it a bit better now, but you can imagine it with a few sunflowers on the front, maybe a wee old trailer on the back, get a picture with that, sunflowers in the background, it'll look quite nice. So that's what it's for. We'll use it for other bits and bobs here and there. We borrowed a neighbour's tractor to do the tulips this year, to make beds with them, but we might be able to actually use this time, but if we're putting more in. So right, what's the verdict? You're going to start on the button. Where's the flipping keyhole? There it is. Right, I've got the choke out here. Pull that wee slider off and you push it into there to start it. And then release the choke. I'll just bounce you here. Is she going to start first time? Is the key the right way? There she goes. Throttle there. Ah, that is cool. Right, Down the ramps we go. It's a wee bit pernickety reverse, but I've got it. Kind of. I think that's it. Let's see if we go backwards a wee bit. Oh, there you go, that's it. Right, off we go. Easy does it. I'm always nervous coming off trailer ramps. Never enjoy it. Anyway, I'm well off. Into first, out reverse, over there, into there. We're off. I'm like Ollie's Farm from Norfolk. My wee classic. Mint. Try second. Oh, we're off. We're flying now. Fourth is fleeing. Right, I'm just going to park it up. It sounds quality. Anyway, park it up. I've got a wee cover up there on top of it. Job's a good one. Switch it off. This handle here will be for cranking it at the front end. That would go in there and you'd crank it by hand if it would go in. There is a hole there, and that would help if you put it in the right orientation. There you go. There you go, yeah, so. But obviously I'm from a generation that everything's automated, so things like that. Having to hand crank something, whew, that's tough work. Also question, what do those numbers mean? No idea. I think that says S140811E. If you know what that chassis number means, S140811E, let me know what it means down below, or what information you can take from that number. Cheers. A lorry of soya just arriving. Didn't realise it was coming tonight, but phoned half an hour ago saying they're coming, so it's arrived. The only space we've got for it is there, right in the middle of the shed. There's no free walls. If we'd realised it was coming today, we'd maybe have managed to get some wheat shifted over there and get a space against that wall, but anyway, too late. Let's go in there. Here he comes. Bit of a squeeze, but we're in some lorry height. We've got the apex, so if it weren't full of crop, we'd just use the apex. But anyway, smart wee auger at the bottom just to get rid of the last of it and keep it all moving out. He's just going to do the lights and shut up shop, so see you in the morning. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. That's the end of this video. If you know quite a bit about these masses, or you're interested in them, put all you know below. It'd be quite handy for myself to learn new things about them, because I don't really know a huge lot about them, but it seemed to be running pretty well. It's in reasonable condition, wasn't that expensive, so I think it's a decent buy. It'll hold its value. If anything, it might go up in value, but that's not the reason we bought it. Bought it to use for the sunflowers and things like that. But running well, seems to be good. But if you know anything else about them, then put it down below. That'd be really helpful. Cheers for watching. See you in the next video tomorrow.